Okay, this is the jar working. So what I'm going to do is call on King Belial to move a person on. And the thing is, we want to move this person on because he has caused so much with regards to the client. He has really been a thorn in her side, and we're not going to be nice about it. So that is the reason for calling on Belial. Belial, as you know, is a spirit, a demon, whatever you want to call him. I don't particularly call the spirits of the Goetia demons because I feel that, I don't know, there's just something doesn't sit right with me by calling them demons. They're actually gods, in my opinion, and especially Belial. Belial is a god of ascension, and he will remove a lot of the blocks in your life. So if you don't want your life to change, don't call on Belial. I'm calling on Belial in this instance because this client needs this man removed. She needs the burden of this man out of her life, and he is a really good deity, god, spirit, demon, whatever you want to call him, for that purpose. This woman needs to live life and move on past this man, and this man, he's blocking her pathways, so we need to get rid of him. For anyone that's interested, this is S. Conley's Demolatory Goetia. Yeah. So the original purpose, and that's our old grimoires, basically distributes titles and can make friends and enemies favor your position. He gives familiars. The magician must give offerings, sacrifices, and gifts if he wants Belial to be truthful. And then the author goes on to say, in the Ducanti hierarchy, Belial is seen as the representative force of Earth. In this aspect, he is the destructive earth force. This makes invoking this aspect apt for execrations and necromancy, not to mention business endeavors that require aggressive measures. So I also find him very good for anything to do with legal issues, court work, things like that. So the color is yellow, the incense is frankincense, the metal is gold, the planet is sun, the element is fire or earth, in brackets there. So we've got the N, which is Lyric Taza Vifa Welik Belial, and the date is January the 30th to February the 8th. So I just drew up the sigil with my hand this time. And what you can do, like I've said before in many videos, is print it off the internet and go over it in a black, little black pen, pencil, whatever. And whilst you're drawing the sigil, do a bit of like meditation on what you want, and if you feel a bit of a shift, make your petition at that point out loud, if you know what I mean. If you can't do that, just write it even on the back of this. That's perfectly fine. A lot of people, they drop into an altered state. That's what I sort of do too, but I sort of know when he's around. I have an actual altar to him in this room, and he's been with me for many years, and he has helped me extremely, along the way. He has really helped my life, and I think I need to make a video on that sometime, as to what he did. And he's been very good and paved the way for me, and he's removed a lot of burdens that I had. I had a lot of burdens in my hand as well, and he cleared a lot of them away. It was difficult, but he moved them out of my way for the greater good. So always remember that these spirits, entities, whatever you want to call them, they do not do things to destroy you. They do things to better you, to better your life, if that makes sense. So this woman, this lady, very kind lady, she just wants some peace for her and her child, and I can totally understand that. So I've got a tiny little doll. It's not handmade this time. It's just a little one purchased from a shop, and it did have clothes on it, and I took the clothes off it because we want him to be basically exposed and vulnerable, if that makes sense. So what I like to do is, with these little dolls, is score out the face with an X. So I did baptize this doll in the name of the target. Okay, like that. I baptized it, and we're doing this working on a Saturday, so I'll also be incorporating some of the Pentacles of Saturn, which I may get a chance to show in this video, or I'll have to show it another time. We'll see. So what I'm going to do now is bind his arms. I'm going to bind the whole body. Actually, I'm going to bind across the face as well, because I want to bind the mouth and everything. So just bind away from us. So whilst you're doing that, you could say, you have left my life, you've gone, you're not here anymore. Make little commands like that. So I'll be saying something into myself because I can't really say it out loud. But whatever your situation is, if you want that person gone, just say you're not here anymore, you've gone, you can't stand being here, or something along those lines, that you just feel unsettled every time you're, make it, make the petition into your, make it to suit yourself, whatever it may be. Just say that you don't, you're not happy where you're at, and you're very, your life is upset, and you just want to move, and it's time to go. So you will go far away, you'll leave, and all the rest. But I'm basically pushing him out, bringing him negativity. The longer he stays, he will run into more and more negative situations. More and more and more situations than you can imagine. I call on the Infernal spirits. Take this man and remove him from the client's life. Bring him negativity. Bring him discord. He will not be settled where he's at. He will want to leave. He will go. There is no coming back. It's permanent. Belial, take this man. Remove him from the lady's life. May he pay for everything that he did. I'm trying to do one last knot. It's so difficult. Okay. And so it is done. So he's been bound like that. Okay. That's the petition. Whoops. And that will go in next. So I like to use dark vinegar. If you can't get dark vinegar, just use whatever you've got. But don't use balsamic. It's too sweet. That will sour the life of him. Devil's Dung. It's a herb. I can't pronounce that, so I'm not even going to try. I'll try and put it in the description box. And I use that because it's really, really horrible. It's a vile smelling herb, and spirits, when it's burnt, spirits don't like that smell, and I use it in this kind of working to stink out the relationship, if for breakups and things like that, or to stink the life of someone. So cayenne powder. We do really mean business, so I'm going to put some Goofer Dust in here and try my best not to touch this. I'll cleanse anyway afterwards, but it's important to cleanse after all these workings. jail dirt. If this guy was locked up, it would do him no harm. Okay, and I'm going to put alum powder in here. ALUM, for anyone that doesn't know what that is. It is very good at silencing people. In court work, I use alum powder. We're getting some action here. Yeah, it's very good for silencing people, and I'm using it because I want him to just shut up and go. I'm putting in some black mustard seeds. That'll bring about some discord. What else? I'm looking for sulphur. Come on, where are you? There we go. Black salt. This is black salt with a curse placed on it, so it's not black salt for protection. This is specifically, I can say that properly, for breakup work. Not breakup work, yeah, breakup work or crossings like this, hexes, curses, whatever you want to call it. Some more chili. This is from different chilies kind of thing. Okay, let's see. Knotweed, because I want to basically stop him from getting, any further in life. We want to. Knotweed stops people from excelling in life, in my opinion. When you're doing this, you visualize. It's important to visualize in your mind, in your mind's eye. See that person going to jail. See them down on their luck. See them not with you anymore. That's really important. It's all part of the spell. It's your will, If you're not going to call on a spirit, just your will alone can indeed make the spell work. I obviously work with spirits because I find that it works a lot better. But it's really up to you what you choose. Black art soil. Okay, now I have DUME powder somewhere. I'm gonna have to just see where it is. One moment. Okay, I've also put a few little needles and a few little rusty nails in there. This is destruction powder. And this is horrible. It is so ghastly. Oh, sorry. It's made from everything and anything. There's crushed insects in there. There's Goofer Dust in there. Sulphur. Oh, I made a stack of it ages ago, and it is absolutely awful. And I will make some of these powders and post them on the channel for anyone that's interested. DUME powder. Very, very good. Very, very effective. And very final. Hex and hate. Okay. So that's just a little chili that has gone moldy, and I like the element of rot. Yeah, so to rot the life of the person, and that's why I put that in there. So it's just the little red chili has spoiled, so that's why I put that in. I'm also going to finish this off with some crushed light bulb. I've said before, I use crushed light bulb to take the light out of the person's life, and I don't have it at hand, but I will be putting that in a moment. And then I'm going to put the lid on that, and I'll shake this up every single day. And I'll also be burning a black candle on that. It will be a big candle like that. So I'm going to prepare this candle for the client. I'll probably make a petition on the candle, put the person's name in reverse. You could even burn it up that way, to turn their life upside down, like so. Actually, one very important thing. A little bit of graveyard dirt, because it symbolizes the end. So I'll put that in there. So I'm just going to get some light bulb. 1 second. Okay, so that's basically it. And it looks like that. So always leave a bit of a gap because of the gases of vinegar and sulphur, etc. You don't want one of these to blow. I had the privilege of one of these blowing many years ago, and not good. Very messy. So I'll be shaking that up, and that will hopefully do its business. And because I did ask Belial to help me, I do expect this to work out quite well. Like I said, the client needs rid of this person. She's been dragged down by him, and it's only fair that she, experiences life without him. He's I said before, he's a burden. He's a thorn in her side. So I will leave that in the capable hands of Belial, and Belial works wonders. So, we can give it some time and see how things go. I need to emphasize that for anyone that's going to do a jar like this, if you haven't worked with the Gracia, especially King Belial, my point is not to do it. Don't work with him. You have to be ready for change. Belial, like I said, is a god of ascension, and he will start to move your life around in a way that's not comfortable. And I don't mean for the client to be frightened by this. That's nothing to do with, I'm talking about people that are just jumping in blindly. For the client, her life needs to be rearranged to get rid of this person. But for the likes of anyone else who, want to work with Belial, you need to be prepared, because he does make changes. Sometimes they're very uncomfortable, but they're always, always, always for the best. So just to warn you ahead of time, just be careful. You can do this without calling on any spirit, or you could call it on the saints. There's many saints you could call on something like this. What was I going to say next? I will be doing this probably for the best part of a month, and then I will deploy this probably in the cemetery. There's a cemetery very close to my home, and I'll probably go there, because I want, really quick results on this. I'd probably take it to the cemetery. What else was I going to say? Yeah, it's important that you do a cleansing after this, because just of the whole nature of the spell, it's important just to cleanse yourself, be it even a bath with some sea salt in it, Himalayan salt, whatever you have, put it in your bath or the base of the shower. You could do that, or you could use some Florida water is good. Hyssop, that's good. Or sage yourself. Anything that will sort of bring you and cleanse the aura and bring everything back into alignment again. Try that. What I do is cleanse prior to the spell and cleanse after the spell. That's really it. So yeah, I said there, you really need to be patient with spell work, especially with regards to something like this. It'll start off slowly, and it will, accumulate, culminate in things happening in the person's life. it's the kind of thing that doesn't happen, like that. You have to, well, sometimes, every case is different, but, 9 times out of 10, it's going to take time, because there has to be situations that need changing, and you know what I mean? You have to give things time to go wrong, and the person has to finally move. So it does take a bit of time. But rest assured that when you have, have done it and stuff and released it and stopped thinking about it, that's when things will start coming together. I think I mentioned before in one of my last videos that I did a breakup jar for a client. No, it wasn't for a client. It was one I did myself for a personal friend. And I called forth the Goetia, excuse me, Spirit Andromalagus. And that jar working hasn't even been deployed yet. It's still sitting looking at me here. And last week, the week before, I'm not sure, the results came through on that the couple have broken up, and the woman is distraught, and this woman deserved everything that is landing her way, with interest, of course. So yeah, that came through very, very, very quickly, and that really did make me happy. But anyway, I'm going to see if I've got some cards to read for the client. One moment. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I've looked at a few cards just briefly on the situation. Just as what we can expect down the road. So, center card is the letter. That's some sort of document, written document, contract, I'm thinking. Something to do with the contract, and it's important. Over here, I've got the snake and the coffin. I'm inclined to believe that snake is obviously him, sitting beside the coffin. So that would tell me there's a very, very strong chance that he will go. He will, the coffin can actually mean, something quite negative, as you know, or it just means the end of that era of your life and him, moving on, and, do you know what I mean? It's like the end of an era. So the snake and the coffin, the tree and the ring, I'm pushed to say that could be a health issue. So I don't know, this it could be yet to come. I don't know if he's complaining about anything to do with his health, but I'm thinking there's something going to crop up over health and a contract, and he will move on. I'm pretty sure that snake, obviously, because of the kind of reading it is, that's sometimes I see the snake as a woman, but in this case, no. But the coffin is quite obvious that it's pointing towards the ending of something, the death of something. So I'm thinking, there will be a new chapter to your life. Obviously, I can't say when and how it will happen and stuff, but it'll all figure itself out. Everything happens in divine time that I keep rambling on about. But I do think things will work out for you. I really, 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 really would love for you to keep in contact with me and let me know how things are going. At this end, I'm always happy to help you in any way at all. I hear that when I hear about people and they're being, stuck when there's someone like that, I really don't like that. And it's awful, for a woman to be stuck with a man like that. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble. These are oracle cards. So hostilities, I think we're just sort of tuning into what's going on. Deceit. Interesting card here. I haven't looked at these cards yet, actually. Contract. So that is very similar to what I just looked at. Contract. And then I've got the Healer of the Ages, which is really good. That is exactly what I wanted to see, something like that, which is basically telling me that you will heal from this. So don't don't get too down about anything, just keep an eye on everything. Just like I said, if you can at all, not focus too much on the results and when they'll happen. I don't think you're that way actually anyway. I think you're good that way, because I think when you overthink, when is it going to happen, when am I going to get results and stuff, I think that's when things can get very complex and you can actually stall your results. But I think you're fine that way, which is really good. And I do think you have a lot of faith, which is another bonus, and that'll serve you well. So anyway, I'm going to hop off now, and like I said before, please keep in touch with me. Please let me know how things are going. I'm going to work this jar for you, and we can see how things go. But like I said, do keep in touch and we can see how things turn out. I'm very optimistic about this, extremely optimistic about this, and you deserve a break. So it's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com. I have to say, like, share, and subscribe, and leave whatever you want to say in the comment section, and I'll get back to you all soon.